Turning our attention now to the ASX, here's Matt Birney and Bulls and Bears with the latest public company views and interviews.
Welcome to Bulls and Bears, brought to you today by oil and gas developer Empire Energy, ASX code EEG. I'm Matt Birney and I'm joined now by the Managing Director of Empire Energy, Alex Underwood. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Matt.
Empire Energy is an oil and gas developer with unconventional land-based oil and gas assets in the MacArthur, Beetaloo basins in the Northern Territory. Following some transformational recent acquisitions, the company now holds the largest land position in the hydrocarbon-rich region with about 29 million acres. Firstly, Alex, how significant is the Beetaloo Basin in the Northern Territory as an oil and gas address? Are there any big-name companies up there that we might know of?
Yeah, so the Beetaloo Basin is the largest undeveloped gas resource onshore Australia with enormous resource potential and the potential to resolve forecast gas shortages on Australia's east coast in the years ahead. There are major operators in the basin, Santos and Origin, who are drilling now and who have made substantial investments because they recognise the enormous potential of this basin to provide Australia and the broader region energy security.
You recently acquired 5 new tenements in the Beetaloo Basin. How much land was involved in that acquisition? How close is it to your existing land holdings? And what did you pay for it?
So we acquired the properties operated by Pangaea Resources on the western side of the Beetaloo Basin, covering some 12 million acres. Our existing holdings were on the eastern side of the basin and right up through the MacArthur Basin's central trough. They contain a very substantial resource base, and we've acquired those properties for a combination of cash and shares, about $6 million cash consideration, and the vendors will end up owning about 25% of our company.
What stage of development is the new ground at, and how much money has already been spent developing it?
So Pangaea Resources is owned by Paul Fudge, a highly successful gas entrepreneur who has recognised the potential of large-scale unconventional gas developments in both Queensland with their coal seam methane sector and the Northern Territory with shale gas. Pangaea and their joint venture partner Energy and Minerals Group spent around $110 million in the early years of this basin, drilling a number of exploration wells and carrying out seismic, and they have delineated a very substantial resource.
Okay, so once you put this ground under your existing roof, what's your total resource in the area now, and how much has it been uplifted by?
So our total prospective recoverable resource is around 42 trillion cubic feet of gas now, and to put that into perspective for your listeners, an LNG export train requires around 4 trillion cubic feet of gas of reserves to underwrite a 20-year life. So this is a very substantial resource base, but also it contains liquid hydrocarbons, so condensate and oil, and that's about another 800 million barrels of prospective resource. So this is a very substantial resource base, and it equates to around a trebling of our gas resource and an increase in our liquids resource of nearly 30 times.
Alex Underwood from Empire Energy, thanks for joining me on Bulls and Bears today. And remember, we're only here to give you information, not advice, which you should of course seek independently. I'm Matt Birney and this is Bulls and Bears.
For more public company CEO interviews, go to the Money page on the 6PR, 2GB and 3AW websites and click the Public Companies tab.